We'd like to start out by thanking our valuable sponsors. Sense of Satisfaction by Cricket is the place for all your fragrance needs. Plus, she's got products to heal what ails your skin and your hair. Shop at scentsbycricket.com. Special thanks to our valued sponsor, John Travis, a financial coach and certified Kingdom advisor with Richard Young Associates, a registered investment advisor. Thanks goes to Anna Patterson, my sister in the Lord who faithfully gives to this ministry every month. And to our newest sponsor, LaToya Gerard of Preach the Word Worldwide Network. She is a valued sponsor and a major encourager regarding this ministry. We need and would love to have you as a sponsor. Absolutely no gift is too small. Please note the info regarding giving throughout and at the end of the show, and help us spread these testimonies around the world. Please note that the views and opinions expressed on this show are not necessarily the viewpoints of our sponsors. It's time to hear the story, make the connection, learn the lesson, and gain the wisdom. Are you ready? Let's get charged and be changed. The Sister Speak Brother Break Show. Conversations on grace, healing, and deliverance. This is Marcy Bush. Come on, let's journey together.
You had Troy and Holly.
Mm-hmm.
Did you have any boys after that that lived with you?
I had got if you remember Cordera.
Yes.
This is how Cordera gets. We still staying with my mom.
Mm-hmm.
We still staying with my mom. I got Troy and Holly. I'm riding. We're riding, playing down the road, and then on the 4-wheeler, and then this little boy, he was like, "Can you take me for a ride?" So I did. We took him for a ride, and we came back, dropped him off. And I went on back to the house, and then there was times I would come home. My mom would be like, "That little boy came up here to see you." So I'm like, "Oh, he just want me to take him for a ride on the 4-wheeler." So I just took him for a ride. Then all of a sudden, he started coming up to the house, catching me home. Me, Troy, and Holly.
Okay.
And all of a sudden, this is what Cordera said. "Can I spend the night?" I said, "Well, I don't know, man. You have to ask your mom." Cordera spent the night that one night. The next day, Cordera said, "Can I spend the night?" So I said, "We have to ask your mom. This be the second time." The next day, the third day, Cordera said, "Can I spend the night?" I said, "You trying to live here, aren't you?" Cordera went from spending the night, that first night, and spending the night and spending the night, and stayed with me for 2 years.
Really?
Over spending the night. 2 years.
And I don't know if people know, but I know, like when I say sacrifice, because everything changes.
It does.
Every time somebody new enters your space, everything changes. As much as you still have your routine and you still have your expectations, and you still, when somebody new enters the picture and they're in your environment 24/7, everything changes because everybody's got a certain relationship. Everybody's got, whether they get along or this one get mad or that one don't understand or this one. That's a lot. And Mama was still in it.
And she was still in it. Now this is how, during the journey, because it makes no sense. I said, "God, you know what? I can't keep bringing these people into my mama's house. I believe you calling me to do this. I'm going to have to go, got no money. I'm going to have to go find me something." So I'm looking in different pages. I said, if I can find something for about maybe $6,000 or $7,000, a little small little trailer, $6,000 or $7,000, I can get it moved, find me some land, because I got to do that too. Find me some land, and then I can start from there. Because I can't keep assuming my mom would want me to keep. I'm trying to work with these boys, so I said I got to find me something. I'm walking down the road from my mama's house. There was some land right there, had a sign on it. I went to the guy. I said, "Sir, you got a little small piece of land that's 97 feet wide, 200 feet back." I can get a little small trailer up in there. Got to get the trees cut down. So I said, so how much you want for that? He said, well, now I'll sell it to you for $3,500. I'm saying to myself, 3,000? I ain't even got $20. so I said, I tell you what. Now this makes no sense. When I hear Bishop be saying stuff like this about, and that's why my hands go up and I'm crying in church. And I'm saying, God, you've been doing me like that. When Bishop is saying he's getting stuff and he never had no money, I go to the guy and say, so how about if I pay you every month? Because I don't have no $3,500. He said, so what can you afford? I said, I probably can afford to pay you about $50 a month until I pay you $3,500. He said, I tell you what, I'll do that and I won't charge you no interest.
Oof.
And I'm saying, okay.
$50 a month. Until
I pay you off.
Till you pay off $3,500.
This man don't even know me. This what this guy said. I said, so do we have a deal? No contract? He ain't wrote nothing up and I ain't wrote nothing up. He said, yeah, we got a deal. I said, now, I want to start seeing, can I cut some trees off? I'm going to get me, Marcy, I'm going to get me an axe and go start cutting some trees. I said, he said, it's yours. You can do what you want to do to it. I ain't paid that man a thing yet. I ain't paid him the first $50. So then the first month I paid him the $50. He said, so I tell you what, because we still had First Citizens in Jackson. He said, I set up a savings account. You just go and you don't have to keep trying to come find me. Because he stayed in Jackson also. He said on whatever, when I was supposed to pay him, just go to that savings account. He go to the account number. Just put the $50 in there, and I know you put it in there because I'll check. He said, so every month you just do that. Now I'm looking for a trailer.
Right.
I went and asked my uncle Willie Simmons. We call him Russ down there on Petticoat. Hey, can you use your bulldozer and cut down some of these trees? Cut these trees down so I can get this ready. I'm trying to get me a trailer. I'm looking for a trailer. So he comes out there and does that for me. And then the guy is clearing off the land behind me. This is what he says. Just tell him to push it back there. And I get the guys that's clearing off the land. We'll just burn it with ours. You ain't even got to try to haul it off. I said, oh, okay. Uncle Russ, just push it on back there. The guy said he'll get it. I find this trailer, and the lady, I'm looking for different trailers. So I got it down to 3. So I go back around and look at this, and I said, okay, I like this one. I said, but this one out there in Fort Garden, I would prefer to have that. It's 3 bedrooms, 2 bathrooms, living room, and in the kitchen. I said, I would prefer to have that one, but that lady want like $8,000. I said, nah. So time went on. So I'm still looking. They called me and said, the lady said she would sell it to you. She going down on the price. How about $7,000? So I said, I would prefer to have that one. I said, I tell you what, because I ain't got no $7,000. Can I pay you? Marcy, these people don't know me. The lady says, I don't even know why I'm doing this. She said, okay, we're gonna, this is our contract. We get on a piece of paper, put $7,000, and whatever you pay me, you bring me the piece of paper and I got my piece of paper, and we'll minus that. If you give me $100, then that's minus 100. So now you down to $6,900. I kept paying that lady what I could pay her.
This is it.
I kept paying that lady
favor
every month. And then one day I had got the land cleared off. I'm still owing this lady something like $6,000. I said, ma'am, I was just wondering. Because I'm trying to get stuff set up too now. Can I just keep paying you and I move the trailer on my land? Now, this lady don't know.
Right.
If I move this trailer on my land, I can stop paying her.
Right.
She don't know.
Right.
She said, I don't even know why I'm finna do this. She said, yeah. She said, you can go ahead and move it.
This does not.
So I
even
got the
make
money together
sense.
to move the trailer from Fort Garden down to Jackson.
Yeah.
On the land. They don't, because when they move it, they put it, put it back up and everything.
Right.
Then I'm still paying her.
Mm-hmm.
Still paying her. Marcy, this lady in Jackson, Miss Sullivan, this lady comes to my mama house and says, we see what you're trying to do with these boys and stuff. She said, I heard you brought a trailer down to Jackson. I said, yes, ma'am. I'm trying to, because I want to work with these boys. I want to get my own place so I can continue. I don't want to have to keep bothering my mom, because that's not her ministry.
Right.
You know, I'm not even calling the ministry. That ain't her thing to do, it's mine. So she was like, okay. This lady come out there and says, so what are you going to do with this carpet? I said, ma'am, I'm going to clean this carpet the best as I can. And then I'm going to paint it, get it all together. She said, don't clean it. She says, I'm going to go and get some people, see how much it's going to cost, and I'm going to see if I can furnish your whole trailer with new carpet and tile. I said, well, ma'am, you don't have to do that. So she says, just give me a moment. I know about a month went by, Marcy. So I said, I don't want to, you don't like to bother people.
Right.
I said, well, ma'am, I'm going to go ahead and just start painting. Because I want to try to get it together so I can do stuff with these boys. She said, just give me a little bit longer. I said, because, ma'am, you can't, I'm fine, because you can't make people give you money.
Right.
She said, no, just give me a little bit longer. I said, yes, ma'am. So I'm just going to go ahead and just start painting. So I go and get some money, go get some paint. And I'm painting because I'm doing all of this myself.
Right.
Because I ain't got no money to be paying nobody.
Right.
So I painted and painted and finally got the whole thing painted. Then this lady comes and she said, I got the money for your carpet and tile. I said, well, ma'am, that's fine. You didn't have to do the tile. She said, no, we're going to do the whole trailer. I said, okay. She said, so what you doing? I said, ma'am, remember, I'm off for the summer. She said, well, I got a guy. He going to come down here and going to put this carpet in and this tile, and I got about 2 other people. I said, well, I'll be down here to help too.
Right.
This lady, these people, we put the new tile, carpet through the whole trailer. And I'm like, I said, thank you, ma'am. She said, you don't owe me nothing. I'm like, so when I look back at the journey, I'm like, so God, you keep doing stuff for me.
Literally making ways out of nowhere.
So when Bishop says stuff like, and I'm saying, I know he telling the truth, y'all, because when I look at my life, when Bishop said, if you start, y'all, God, he's not finna help you if you ain't showing him that you trying to start.
Right.
So that's why I'm crying in church, because I'm like, God, that is true.
Yes.
Because you did that for me, and every time I start, I don't have the money.
Right.
And so we get this down.
And the fact that you got the faith to ask
And
when it's nothing.
And
but it
Marcy,
said, well, let me ask you this.
And at the end of the day, don't even know where that come from. Let me just ask you this.
Right.
Because I'm trying to get this done.
Right. Okay. So I'm kind of stuck. Yeah. Just thinking about how wonderful God is, that, people that you don't even know, thinking about you, people that you don't even know, are looking at your life, looking at the impact, again, just looking from the outside, don't even know the sacrifices for real, don't know, but they see you doing something. And like you said, Bishop has said that when you make a move,
Uh-huh.
God will send people
Uh-huh.
to help you. And like I said, just thinking, Doug, it don't even make sense for you to ask, like, to just be able to ask, okay, so what about this?
Yeah.
And the people agree to it.
Uh-huh.
And then, without you even asking,
Uh-huh.
people coming to you.
Yeah.
It is just amazing. And what during the little break, Jessica mentioning, you don't know my story.
Uh-huh.
That's why your worship is for real. Because people don't know.
Uh-huh.
You and your
They-
mama probably know your journey.
Uh-huh.
The kids know some of it. Well, they grown now.
Yeah.
But they know some. But even that, only you know
Yeah.
the pressure you felt to, okay, we gonna make this happen.
We're going to make this happen. Not knowing how we're going to make this happen. But just the fact that I want to make this happen.
Right.
Want to make this happen.
So you moved, did y'all, how long was it before y'all were able to move in?
It was a couple of months because then we ended up getting, to get the power turn and everything. And then I remember by then, I remember having Basil. Because I had Basil too.
Okay.
And I remember Basil saying,
So now you got 4.
uh-huh, you got power down there. I said, yeah. Can we stay down there tonight? I said, Basil, we ain't got no furniture down there.
So Basil is Troy's, another one
brother.
of Troy's brothers.
Another
So
one
you
of
got
Troy's
3
brothers.
of them
Uh-huh.
and Cordero.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
So I says, well, Basil, we got school in the morning. We got school in the morning. We ain't got no furniture down there. I just can we stay down there tonight? We'll get up early enough, come back up here, and we'll get ready for school, and then go on to school. So I said, well, Mama, we're gonna spend the night down here. She was like, huh? I said, yeah, that's what he wanna do. So we're gonna spend the night down here, and we'll just come back and get dressed up here and go on to school. And then it wasn't long. Then we started getting furniture, and we ended up moving down there.
Okay.
So then who ended up being down there was Holly, Basil, and Cordera.
Okay.
And I had another Fred.
Okay.
It was Fred Borderland. It was a white kid.
Okay.
I had him, so he ended up moving down there with us.
Okay. So what did that look like? Because this is somebody out of in the community, I guess, but how did he end up in your life?
From school. We in school, and the class that I was in, the kids was getting attached to me. But this particular kid got really attached to me. Started asking his mom, can I just go with Doug and then he bring me back home later? And so she started agreeing to that. I come by, I'm Doug.
Right.
I'm the person your child been talking about.
Right.
And this is what this lady said. She said, Doug, she said, I'm gonna say this. This is a white lady. She said, Doug, my child love you, and I come to the conclusion why. His dad is not in his life. And you have become such that father figure for him. And I was like, okay, yes, ma'am. She was like, no, I'm for real. And I remember Marcy, him wanting to, because I will always talk to the parent to make sure it's okay.
Right.
One day he came to school and said, okay, my mama said I can come to your house for a couple of hours and then you bring me back home. And I normally would check, but because he's done it several times,
Right.
he's never lied.
Right.
But I didn't check this time. So when I took him home later, she said, I was looking for you. I said, I didn't know that. He told me that. She said, he said that you said that he can come to my house. I said, so that's my fault because I always would check. I didn't check this time because I got used to it.
Right.
And I didn't think he would lie.
Right.
She said, no, I was looking for him. He said, no, I asked you, Mom, that morning. She was like, what did I say? You said, yeah. She said, I was asleep. So he knew what he was doing. He asked her in her
Right,
sleep,
right.
and she just woke up and just said, "What? Uh-huh."
Right.
But that ain't what she really meant.
Yeah.
And so then I said, "So ma'am, watch this." I said, "So ma'am, because he lied, and I don't do lying too good." I said, "So remember we back in the day we do whoopings." I said, "So ma'am, he finna get a whooping.
Okay.
So either you do it, because he
Right.
But you saying he thanking me as his father. Either you do it or I do it." And then Marcy said, "This is what this lady said." She said, "Well, you're helping me with him, so I'm gonna move out your way so you can whoop him." So I took him in his room at her house, and I whooped him. And this boy that thought of me as his father from then on, because he'll still call me.
Really?
And he married and got kids too.
Wow. Wow. How long did he stay with you?
He ended up staying, I want to say he stayed at least a year. Because he didn't do that good in school, so they ended up, what was the little thing? Like the Navy.
Yeah. I know what you're talking about. I can't think of the name of it right now.
Where it's like the military part.
Yes.
And you stay on that. He ended up going to that.
Okay.
And put me
Gotcha.
down for to come see him.
Yes, the mentor.
So I would come see him and everything.
Okay.
I would go out there. As a matter of fact, it was the one he went into. It was in Aiken.
Oh, okay.
Going on Wild Road.
Okay.
So I would come out there. They had turned that into that.
Wow. So at what point, because it's been fairly recently that you decided to become a foster parent, right? But you had so many in and out of your house by that time.
By then, here go where you, like you were saying about the financial part. Because I remember, Marcy, by the time I'm crying because Bishop was saying he would make like he was full.
Yeah.
There was times the little stuff that I would cook for the 4 and 5 boys that I had.
Right.
I have to eat cereal.
Okay.
Because I want to make sure they good.
Right.
So by then, Bishop is saying, Doug, your heart is in it. So it ain't like you would be doing it for the money.
Right.
Once you go into being a foster parent,
Right.
that way you can get the finances and you can do how you really want to do. Because you can't do what you want to do because
Right.
you're limited based on the amount of money you make.
Right.
Go into it.
Because you started, do you remember what year it was that you got Troy and Holly?
It would have been 97.
Okay.
Cause see, by the time I started at Jackson in 97,
Okay.
that's the same school term
Okay.
that I went back to Shirley and said, can I keep him? Because
Okay.
now I'm gonna be home at night.
So that was 97. Do you remember the year you started fostering?
2016.
Wow.
Watch this. Now some of the people when they hear the story and they'll come to me and say, I heard about you and Troy. You was a foster parent there? I said, no, y'all. I said, I became a foster parent in 2016. So all of these other stories you was hearing, I wasn't a foster parent. So I got people thinking I was a foster parent back then.
97, 07, 17, it's almost 20 years.
Uh-huh.
Isn't that right? Yeah. Almost 20 years.
Uh-huh.
Wow. So what did that look like? Because that's a totally different system.
Yeah.
Totally different. Whereas some things you would have done on your own, now you have some restrictions.
Yes.
You have some guidelines. You can't do this. You got to do that.
Uh-huh.
What did that look like for you? What kind of changes did you have to make as you undertook that process?
Now, with those changes, now the adjustment is, okay, I can't whoop you. When I got my license, there's papers I signed.
Right.
There is no corporal punishment.
Right.
So the best you can do is you can put them on punishment.
Right.
But you cannot physically whoop them.
Right. Right.
So I said, okay, so that's new. So we got to change going into that particular direction.
Right.
Now we're taking, okay, if a kid, here's another change. Okay, like I've had some kids, okay, you don't want to listen. Let me just go ahead and take you back to your parent. Okay, this is not now fostering. Let me take you back to your parent.
Right.
No, here go the guidelines. If it's not working out, you got to give them 14 days. I have to put in a notice.
Okay.
14 days before this child. Now it can be early, but you got to give them at least 14 days, and that gives them time to find them another placement.
Okay.
And so that changes.
What did it feel like even before fostering, during fostering, when you feel like you're at the end of the line with that particular child? What does that feel like, and how, like in the beginning, when you had to, it's different even when one say, I want to go back.
Yeah.
Then you having to say, okay, we can't do this anymore.
That hurts. Because every kid that comes into my house, I think of you as my own. So you're my child. So then they have to take my child and say, I can't work with you anymore because you're making this difficult. That hurts. I remember I had to call on one boy because if I have to keep leaving my job, that's causing me, problems too. Because I can't keep leaving the job to go say, okay, you're suspended. Got to go pick you up. Then now I have to find somebody to keep you. So I remember one kid, they called me. I had to go to Jackson Middle School.
This was before fostering?
No, this is fostering.
Okay.
So when I'm going to get this kid, because they're going to the part that now I'm going to have to let people come get you.
Right.
And when I'm going to get this kid, they're saying, I had to put him a notice. So now they're saying, we're coming to get him. I said, okay, I'll meet you.
Thanks so much for joining us today. If you've been blessed by today's show, feel free to let us know. And if you'd like to sow into this ministry, become a sponsor, or contact us, you can reach us at 803-221-0169. Or you can email us at the SSBBshow@gmail.com. Let's continue this journey together. We need and would love to have you as a sponsor. Absolutely no gift is too small. Please note the info regarding giving and help us spread these testimonies around the world.